to today's episode. We're diving into a fascinating and complex topic: cultural conflicts in law. When conflicts in law, when local traditions and natural and national laws collide. To help us to explore this, we're joined by Lina Angulo, a law student who's been studying how cultural and legal systems interact. Lina, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. This is a topic that really matters to me because it shows how law isn't just about rules and codes. It's also about people, history, and identity. When different cultural coexist, especially in different countries like Colombia, conflicts often arise between traditional customs and national laws, and understanding those tensions is key to building and fair justice system. So yes, Kata.
Okay, that's so true. Could you start by explaining what exactly we mean when we talk about these cultural conflicts in law?
Of course, Kata. Cultural conflicts in law happen when local traditions or communities' norms go against what national law says. For example, some indigenous or rural communities might have practices that are deeply rooted in their cultural, but that the state considers illegal or unconstitutional. So it's not use a legal use. It's also a clash between two worldviews. On one side, you have the reading law of the state, and on the other, you have customs that come from generations of traditional and belief.
Okay, that's very interesting. Could you give us an example of how this happens in Colombia?
Of course, Kata. Colombia is multicultural country. Our constitutional actually recognizes indigenous authorities and their justice systems. Wherever problems appear when traditional practice violates a fundamental rights protected by national law. For instance, some communities have ritual or sanction that involve physical punishment, which from the state's point of view goes against human dignity and the right to personal integrity. So the question becomes, how can the state protect fundamental rights without completely erasing cultural autonomy? That's where the real challenge lies.
Okay, that's very delicate. How has Colombian law tried to deal with these situations?
The Constitutional Court has played a huge role here. It has said that cultural diversity is a constitutional value, but it also sets clear limits. Clear limits, traditionals can go beyond the essential core of human rights. So, there's a famous principle that says cultural diversity cannot be used to justify the violation of fundamental rights. So, the court often analyzes each case carefully to say if a community's practice can be respected or if they must be restricted protect higher values like life, equality, or dignity. It's really about finding balance, not choosing one size completely over the other.
Okay, Lina, thank you. That makes sense. But do you think sometimes national laws fail to understand local realities?
Definitely, that's one of the biggest problems. Many laws are reading from a very urban or Western perspective, which doesn't often reflect the diversity of rural or indigenous communities. And when the states impose rules without understand local traditionals, people may say the law as something foreign, something that doesn't belong to them, and they creates resistance. That's why intercultural dialogue is so important. Inside it, it's just imposing sanctions. The state should work with communities, learn from their system, and build solutions that respect both law and cultural.
Okay, so in your view, what should the future look like for a more inclusive legal system?
I think that the future of love has to be intercultural. That means recognizing that justice doesn't have just one form. There are many ways to understand what's first, depending on each community's values. So we need lawyers, youths, and police makers who are open to listening and learning. That goal isn't to choose between traditional and law, but to make them coexisting in harmony, protecting diversity while guaranteeing human rights. So, when we manage to do that, we aren't not just applying the law, we are building real justice.
That's a powerful message, Lina. Thank you for you sharing your insights and helping us reflect on how culture and law can learn from each other.
Thank you for your invitation, Catalina. I really believe that when local traditionals and national law find common ground, law becomes not just a set of rules but bridges between different ways of saving the world. So, thank you, Catalina, for your invitation.
Thank you, Lina.
Bye.